Just do it. It's more than a Nike slogan. It's the mindset that motivated today's guest, celebrity event stylist and floral designer Sarah Z, to launch Sarah Z Events in 2011, and later bring her creative vision to life with the opening of XO Bloom, a full-service retail space, flower bar, and event showroom in Westlake Village in 2015. In this episode, Sarah takes us behind the scenes of her journey, from dreaming of being a party planner at age 16 to building a thriving business in the world of luxury events and floral design. We talk early inspirations, real challenges, and what it really takes to grow a brand rooted in passion, creativity, and connection. You'll hear her insights on the evolving trends in the floral world, the importance of knowing your customer, and why community is everything. Whether you're a budding entrepreneur or just love a good origin story, this episode of Conejo Valley Visionaries is for you. Let's dive in. If you enjoy this episode and find value in the podcast, please leave us a 5-star review and rating. This helps more people find the podcast, and therefore each story can reach more folks in the Conejo Valley. Hey, Sarah, welcome to Conejo Valley Visionaries. Thank you so much for being with me this morning.
Thank you for having me. Nice to see you.
You as well. And I came to you based on a recommendation from Danielle Borgia, the president of the Conejo Valley Greater Conejo Valley Chamber of Commerce. Yes. And she had mentioned over coffee that the chamber turns to you for basically every event that they do, and she trusts you with all event styling, and that really struck me. And after then looking more into XO Bloom, was just really surprised and excited to hear more about your story, because it sounds like you are a celebrity event planner, stylist, floral arranger, and I cannot wait to hear about how you got there. So yes. What we like to do is go back to the beginning, though. What did you want to be when you grew up as a kid?
When I was younger, what did I want to be? A party planner. So that's like my whole thing was to plan events since I was 16. Plan like community events, birthday parties, like my younger brother's birthday parties, just like kind of organize that thing. And that's how I got started in the industry, is event planning.
And what drew you to event planning?
I don't know. I like to be in control. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I like the creative aspect, the logistics. Like I was really good in logistics growing up, and then that's kind of what I did. And I studied business because I wanted to eventually have a business when I grew up, and so that's what I got my degree in, is human resource management. And I actually worked down the street at Jafra Cosmetics for my first HR job, and then after that, I started Sarah Z Events and ended up here.
So you've had this aspiration early on, yeah, and went even to study business. Did you have any entrepreneurs in your family that sort of inspired this desire to start your own business, or what? How did you know, or was there something instinctually inside you that knew you just wanted to do that?
I think my whole family are all entrepreneurs in some capacity. Yeah. So I have one uncle that owns different restaurants. I have another uncle that is in the engineering side, but he works with it's his own business as well. So like everyone I grew up with was starting their own business.
Did you grow up in the Conejo Valley?
I did. Born and raised, never left the Conejo Valley.
Incredible.
42 years later. I'm still here. Yeah.
And so tell me, the first business you were working in human resources, was it there in which you got inspired to start Sarah Z, or did you start it while still working, or what was that like jump into entrepreneurship like?
So Sarah Z Events started after I planned my wedding. So I was doing a little like parties and things like that beforehand, but then I settled and registered Sarah Z Events back in 2006.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that jump like? Did you take a leap of faith, or you knew just after planning your own wedding that you could do it?
Yeah, I mean, after planning my own wedding, I was like, I could definitely do it. Nobody helped me. I was the first like in our area to like be getting married, and no one had any advice for me. So I had to do my research, had to interview those vendors. And after that, I was like, oh, I could do this. This is easy. And then I started building my clientele, getting customers and clients. And they were always worried to hire me because I looked always so relaxed. Like, oh, she's not stressed. There's something wrong. I was like, no, like it's fine. Like worst case scenario, there's always a solution to a problem. The problem does not just stay. So that was my whole take on life and the whole Nike, just do it. Like that's like my whole slogan. That's what I tell everyone. If you want to do something, just do it. What's the worst that could happen? You'll fail and then try again. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it works. Like there's nothing. What are you gonna lose?
Yeah, I love that. Now, did you like event styling more than floral design, or where did those two things kind of come together in your passions?
I liked so the transition happened when I was planning a bridal show in Malibu. I met a florist, and then we became business partners. He's been in this the industry for years. And then I was like, but he was like the nutty professor, like super creative in that sense. And I was like, I can help you. Like I'm more organized, I'm more business savvy. And so I got into that. And then from there, I even started doing floral arrangements myself, like self-taught floral florist. But right now, my team does it. When I have to step in, I step in. But that's kind of how it geared. And then it turned out to be a little easier on my lifestyle because event planning, you're there from start to finish, right? From the moment the first vendor comes in to the moment the last vendor leaves. As a florist, we go set up, and we're done at a certain time before the event starts, and we go back to breakdown. And so it was more less demanding versus like because I have my three kids, and then I was just like out 20, 12, 14, 16 hours a day sometimes, and it was becoming a lot. So the transition worked out right when I was beginning my family.
And when did your mom become involved in the business?
When we opened here in Westlake Village, because we started out in Beverly Hills, a different showroom style. And we did that just do it mentality to open a retail store with a flower bar in a huge space because there's no 1,900 square foot space florists out here. And we just said, clients don't have to go to Beverly Hills to get their luxury items. They can come right to us. They don't have to be going to the Empty Vase or the Marks Garden when we're right here in town.
How would you describe Exo Bloom? You mentioned luxury. Is that kind of a cornerstone of what you're putting out there?
Yeah, so luxury florists, designers, and retail. So we have accent home decors, beautiful vases that can just accentuate your home. So we have different items like that that can really bring everything together. And then we added our flower bar from the beginning just to teach and do interactive classes. The paint and sip was really popular 10 years ago, and we said we can do this with flowers. So it's been fun, and maybe we've lost some customers because we taught them too much. but but it's a nice interactive experience. Birthdays, dates, team building. We've had some companies come out with their team and host their clients. So different type of birthdays, different type of activities can be done.
Yeah, I saw that you even do it for young kids, which is
Yeah,
is a fun way to get them excited about
yeah,
flowers and probably using a different part of their brain.
yeah. Brought in some Girl Scouts groups and 7-year-old's birthday, 10-year-old birthday. So it's a different skill to have and something new to learn. Not somewhere you can do it anywhere.
What year did you open the retail space?
So this month is 10 years.
Congratulations.
2015, yeah.
Wow, what an
So,
incredible milestone. That's
yeah,
huge.
it's
So
crazy.
when you decided to just do it and open the
Yes.
space, did you already have a sense that that Westlake or the Conejo Valley in general was able to like handle a luxury floral design space? You know, coming from Beverly Hills, I imagine those are slightly different demographics, or do you see an alignment there?
I definitely see an alignment. I mean, we Lake Sherwood, North Ranch, Calabasas. So we have all the clients out here that are on the luxury level that are looking for something special and unique and high end. And we don't use basic vases. We have like beautiful different selections to choose from. And the way we design our flowers, we're not 1-800 florists. We're not your grocery florist. So we wanted to kind of stand out with unique designs. And then, of course, our events. We do baby showers, weddings, bridal showers, just something a step up than some of the other options in town.
So going back to your mom, Layla, how
Yes,
do you separate what are your responsibilities? How is it like working with her? Are you guys doing separate things or who runs what part of the business maybe?
that's a very good question. So I do more of the event side, and she does more of the retail side. She's the tinkerer. She's like very hands on and knows how to like create things and make things. And I'm like the vision, more of the visionary, like we want it to look like this, and this is the outcome, and this is what we need, and kind of, so we've kind of divided and conquered that way.
How big is your team now?
But we're a small team. So
Okay,
when we have big events, we bring in freelance help, but our day to day, we're a team of five.
fantastic.
Yeah.
What type of event is your favorite to work on?
My favorites are social or corporate. Corporate's actually my favorite.
Okay.
Corporate is straight to the point, straight with the numbers. This is what we need, this is what we want, and this is what we have, and it's done. Weddings are beautiful. The end result is always amazing to see the couple's reaction. But it's a lot more guest work, a lot more emotion. But it's always beautiful to create something for a really nice couple.
Was your wedding out here?
It was no, it was in LA.
Okay.
Yeah,
And have you found a
I had the
trend?
worst flowers.
Say that again?
I probably had the worst flowers. Knowing what I know now.
Bet. I know. I can't imagine like looking back and seeing the trends. I was just going to ask you, are there certain trends in whether it be corporate events or weddings or different types of styling that you've noticed are hot right now that maybe weren't back then?
The trends are constantly changing. We went through a year of pampas grass was everywhere. A year with baby's breath was everywhere. I think this year we're gearing toward last year and this year gearing towards fruits and veggies. Like everyone's styling with like tomatoes and grapes and oranges and like tangerines and pomegranates. We've done those in the past, but I feel like it's heavily wanted right now. More of a natural herbal type of look. Organic.
Yeah,
An organic wedding.
I love that. So what is it? What is the wedding? I'm curious in terms of weddings out here. Are you finding that there's been more weddings that are taking place locally, or are people still really going to Malibu or LA for them that you're working on?
We have a lot of nice hot spots here. So I mean, we have the Four Seasons in Westlake, many locations within that space. Calamigos Ranch is up the street. Malibu, Cielo Farms, Lake Sherwood Country Club, North Ranch Country Club, and Westlake Village Inn. So those are actually kind of destination for our area, like just right off the 101, part of the Westlake Malibu area. So people do come out here for their special occasions that are not from here.
And when's like the high season?
I would say it used to be the summer, but now it's more heavily fall. October,
Okay,
November are the biggest weddings that we have.
got it. So kind of gearing up. Is that something you gear up for right now, though?
No, a couple months before.
Okay, summertime. Okay, so
Don't stress me out so early.
okay, I'm sorry about that. Now, it sounds like you have a lot of kind of like offshoots of the business, though. Is that right? Like, not
We
only is a
do.
flower bar, but then there's your flower subscription service, which I find really interesting. I love that idea, and also Flora Clay. So, can you talk me through kind of how you've seen the business evolve?
So we started with our home decor events and flower bar. And then we added the subscription because we were going like to the Four Seasons weekly for their subscription. We had a couple of homes, and now there's gifting. Like a lot of husbands or wives or women or men, they want to have something fresh in their home on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis. So we provide that for them. They give us their set budget, what day they want it during the week. So we have a whole, it's the flower club going on. And then recently, our newest business venture is me and my husband acquired Flora Clay in downtown LA, which is where we grow our own orchids and we supply it to our downtown location. And then we sell to wholesale and retail. So that's like a whole other species in itself because I didn't have
Have
enough
you?
to do here.
I know. I'm so curious. Do you have any, I don't know, apps, tips, calendars, scheduling that makes this all possible? You also have three kids. How are you balancing this, or is it just shifting priorities day by day?
It's just taking it day by day. I mean, we have our Google Calendar and our meetings and everything scheduled, and we're there for it. I try to schedule maybe like once or twice a week in LA, and then the rest is here. Um, no tool has been able to help me. ChatGPT though.
So is that, yes, leveraging that.
ChatGPT has kind of saved my lives in a lot of ways. But yeah, I mean, now I have my oldest daughter is 17. She's been driving. She helps a lot with like helping with her younger siblings. So that takes a load off too. So it's a lot of juggling, but we're making it work.
Have your kids shown interest in event styling or floral design?
Absolutely not.
I know, but that's so interesting since your oldest is 17, past the
Yeah.
age in which you were already showing that you wanted to do event
Yeah.
planning there, but there's not been that same bug.
No. No. We scheduled her work and ask her to work, and she comes when she can.
Okay. I feel like you're
Studying is
somebody
a priority, though.
okay. I
Yeah.
feel like you're somebody who might have like a really structured morning routine. Is that the case? No.
No.
Every day is different.
Every day is different. Well, sometimes I'll eat breakfast, sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll, no.
And in your
Sometimes I roll
current
out of bed, and sometimes I get ready, take a full hour to get ready. Like, yeah. So
in your current role, are you still having to work weekends? And is it more of a kind of weekly 9 to 5 job?
no, no, definitely. As an entrepreneur, I don't know who works 9 to 5. Um, 7 days a week, always there. I mean, I wish it was that way, but no. I mean, like Sunday, I set up a baby shower. I mean, we're closed on Sundays. There was a small baby shower. I set it up on me and my husband. Well, like, let's do it really quick. It's down the street. Um, yeah, I mean, you have a good team, but we're always working. We're
Okay.
always working. Yeah,
What has surprised you the most about running your own business?
it'll be this hard.
Which part is the hardest?
The hardest, I mean, for me personally, every single event and everything that goes out here is something like I worry about and I want it to be perfect. And like weddings, no matter what, the last 15 years, I have not slept the day before a wedding just doing those checklists in my mind. Every single wedding. It's not like, oh, okay, like I'm used to it. I've got this down to a T, but it's just like something that I personally worry about for every client. And I just want it to be like they put their time, money, and effort into it, and I need to put my time, money, and effort into it as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. There's such an emotional
Yeah.
component to it. I can only imagine how that would weigh on you. And then afterwards, being able to see the gorgeous photos and how happy people are, that also
Yeah.
must be a nice
That's
relief.
the most amazing part of it.
Yeah. What are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of I've been able to accomplish, I feel like, a lot in a little amount of time. Um, Creating a sense of community. Like we have clients that they come in, they're like, "Oh, we're Sarah's friend," and I just met them through the shop. So, um, I mean, just doing this, just creating this, and making this happen, and using everything that I can without giving up to make it happen. Blood, sweat, and lots of tears.
And having like if you think back, having grown up here, like could you imagine that you would be running this space now and be so successful in your business?
No, I mean, I had no idea that this is where my life was headed towards. Like, a lot of things happened along the way that we like had to troubleshoot, but at the end, I think we got the results that we wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sort of building off of that, what has been the most challenging?
Um, I think the employee commitments, right? So a lot came and went. A lot came and started their own business out of here. Some down the street, and it's just like just to know who's supportive and loyal versus who is taking information just for their own use. So I feel like that was the biggest challenge for me.
Yeah, I can imagine that's really tricky. And like you said, you're willing to teach others, not
Yeah,
just your employees, but people who are coming in there to learn how to do this. I think that takes a lot of like confidence though that people believe in you to come back to that, even if you're giving them the tools. Sometimes I don't know, I've heard this where it's like even in corporate settings where this idea of like training your employees too much is bad because then they're going to go off and find their own thing, whereas
yeah,
like if you're confident in what your culture is and what you're doing is strong enough that people know to always come back to you.
yeah.
But I can imagine that'd be hard. What's your vision for exo bloom?
Um, I really want to just go focus heavily on corporate accounts. We have a lot of companies nearby, and in LA, I think LA is more of an opportunity. But just to really go after those clients, do premieres, do even on-set staging. I mean, I would love to do an on-set staging, like a TV show or a newscast or something like that. I would love to have like those flowers in those corners or something. Every show that I watch, every movie, I was like, oh my god, they have flowers everywhere.
I
How do I
didn't
get my
even
flowers
think
in there?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So that is a role that somebody has, is sort of
Yeah,
styling that.
and we've never done before. So this is something I'm definitely interested in pursuing, and just to kind of grow our business here and just grow our clientele and just be that destination for everyone to come for florals or decor.
For corporate clients, I'm just curious because something we talk about here is the kind of customer acquisition
Yeah.
challenge of running a business. And is it very much word of mouth, or have you found other ways to kind of attract more corporate or even like entertainment industry people?
Yeah, it's definitely word of mouth, and we and our location really helps, like drive traffic. So we
Mm.
see everyone comes into the shopping center right next to Mendocino Farms Dry Bar, so people are constantly walking by. We've done a couple of shows, recorded shows in our shop. So I feel like it's definitely like an eye opener to like potential opportunities in that direction.
Yeah, when you decided on the space that you're in right now, were Mendocino and Dry Bar already there, or how did you decide on? I mean, it's a obviously it's a
Mendocino,
popular Westlake destination, but I'm
yeah.
curious about that. That's a big it's a big real estate decision.
Yeah. So Mendocino Farms opened in February. We started renovations in April. So before we started renovations, they were actually doing interviews out of our shop for their staff. And Dry Bar, yeah, Dry Bar was already there.
Okay.
So we kind of they beat us for by a few months, but we were starting at the same time.
Yeah. What are you doing anything to celebrate 10 years?
I know, that's what I was thinking. We usually do events. We have, oh my God, we've thrown so many networking events here and art shows and like different things just to bring the community together that I feel like we definitely need to do something this year, this month. So I was talking to my PR social girls, like, we need ideas. Like, I don't know what to do this year. I've been so busy with everything else. So I'd love to throw a party just for the community and just to bring everybody together and to celebrate 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, well, to celebrate yourself, I mean, that is incredible. I think 10 years,
Thank you for
I mean,
having
any length of time for a business running, yeah, just
me.
doing it, but to like keep it going and to, I'm sure, through pandemic and all of the things that have happened over the past decade, there's
Yes.
a lot to navigate. And the fact that keeping a retail space and a luxury business open is, no small feat.
Yes, it's not. Thank you for recognizing that.
Of course. So I have three rapid fire questions
Oh, okay.
to run by you. So first, do you have a favorite flower?
I love ranunculus and orchids. Yeah, the
Do
phalaenopsis
you
orchids. Yeah,
say that again?
the phalaenopsis orchids. So the one with the big heads, that kind of like the one that you
Oh,
see in plants the most.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay. And did you say you're growing those?
we are growing those in San Marcos. Yeah,
Okay, so you have a farm that you are overseeing.
I'm a
Interesting.
farmer too now.
Okay, we didn't really go into that. I'm curious, how did that extension come to be? Would you mind sharing?
My husband and I were looking for a business that kind of like was existing that ran itself. So we were just searching for anything from coffee shops to laundry mats to car wash. Like we were just on the lookout, and this business came across our site, and we are like, let's look into it. And it took us maybe a year and a half to like actually get through the process. But the owner was retiring, and it's been around for 25 years, and it's already established, and everything was there, and we said, okay, let's go for it and see what happens with that.
And do the orchids are like wholesaled out to other retail
So
spaces or?
florists, restaurants, just other locations that are selling orchids. Yeah.
Wow. I've never been to the flower market in LA. I need to
Well,
go
you have
down
to come. I'll take
there.
you.
Yeah. Okay, I would love that. Would actually be incredible to go around with an incredible florist and kind of see how
Yeah,
things work down
show you all the
there.
vendors and
Yeah, I'm going to take you up on that.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing to do in the Conejo Valley?
I mean, the restaurants, going out to dinner with my friends and family, and going to the lake. I love just like the view of the perfect day of the lake, just sitting on the grass and just watching the people walk by, the boats going by. So that's just like the best thing.
Do you have a favorite restaurant right now?
Ooh, there's a few new ones that have popped up that I haven't tried yet, but I mean, Tuscany is right next door, is amazing. We have Nona's across the street, also really good. Finney's is so good for like casual dining. The food
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, that must be nice to have them right
Yeah, yeah.
there.
Everybody's walking distance, so.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, in closing, what is one piece of advice you would offer to first-time entrepreneurs?
There's the whole just do it. Come up with a plan, come up with your customer base, know your customers. You have to really know your customers. And start small and then grow into it. I think that would be the best advice.
And just building off of that, how did you say know your customers? What was that? Is that just something you inherently knew because you were from here and already loved event planning as a kid? Or is there any tip that you can give somebody to like really best understand who they're trying to sell to?
So right now I have a couple of friends that are starting their own businesses. And so we told them just maybe start with like surveying, sending out surveys through text to friends and family, have them forward on to more friends and family, just to see what their niche is, what they're looking for, what they want, to see that product that you're delivering or that service that you're delivering. I mean, I feel like the most businesses that open out here and they do have a lot of clients are those med spas and the hair salons.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that there could be that many hair salons, but I guess, and that many med spas, and everybody has their clients and they have their clientele, and it's the biggest amount of businesses around in the area.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many, if you searched it, you probably will find 20 within a 20-mile radius.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Yeah. I don't know
And I
how,
do
but
think
it's working.
well, I think too, I mean, maybe even it's a survey or on social media, like being able to leverage that too, I think is probably a good way to kind of get a sense of
Yeah.
what people are looking for,
Oh,
but
social
that's
media is
smart.
great, especially
Yeah.
those moms groups. Those moms group gets us everywhere and everything. Go on Facebook, Moms of Conejo Valley. I need this. You have 50 answers in 2 minutes. I love it.
I love that too. Awesome. Well, Sarah, this has been such a pleasure. Thank you for sharing your story with us. And I can't wait to see what the next 10 years bring.
Yes, thank you. It was nice to talk to you too.
You as well. Thank you for listening to Conejo Valley Visionaries. If you like today's episode, make sure to subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And don't forget to rate and review us. That's the best way to support the podcast. To enter our giveaways, learn about local events, and to find out more about each guest, follow at Conejo Valley Visionaries on Instagram. If you want to share your visionary story on the podcast, send us an email. We are always open to guest nominations. Email ConejoValleyVisionaries@gmail.com. This episode was produced by Christina Denstead and Justin K. Sloan. Conejo Valley Visionaries is edited by Justin K. Sloan and J. Sloan Productions.